What is wrong with Hungary? In my opinion, the problem is not that Hungary has elections. The problem is that the system is not feel fully fair anymore. Fidesz has been government for about 20 years total. First from 1998 to 2002 and then consciously again since 2010. That means our political force dominated Hungarian politics for almost 2 decades overall, and then for 16 straight years in the current era. Many critics say the ruling party has had too much power for too long. Even Freedom House rates Hungary as partly free and a hybrid regime. And the European Parliament has said Hungary is no longer full democracy. One reason people also talk about this is gerrymandering. Hungary's election system has been criticized for changes to electoral boundaries, and even the OSCE said concerns remain about boundary delimitation, unequal campaign conditions, misuse of state resources, and the lack of a genuinely fair campaign. Another huge problem is public services. Many Hungarians feel that hospitals in bad conditions and long waiting times remain a serious issue. The OECD say waiting times for elective procedures continue to be a challenge in Hungary, and other official trade guidance has pointed to too long delays for treatment in some specialties. Education is also a problem. OECD data says Hungarians' investment in education, primary to tertiary level, was 3.4% of GDP, below the OECD average of 4.7%. There are also serious questions around the central bank. In 2025, investigations and audit findings focused on the Hungarian National Bank's foundation and other non-core activities, after reports of major financial irregularities and losses. Later, the government also moved to limit some of those non-core activities. People are also angry because taxes feel high. Hungary's standard VAT rate is 27%, which is the highest standard VAT rate in the European Union. And the OECD says the tax wedge for an average single worker Hungary was 41.9% in 2024, above the OECD average of 35.9%. Housing is getting harder too, central bank said. Annual housing price growth reached 15% nationwide and 19.2% Budapest in the first quarter of 2025. Rent data from the Hungarian Central Statistical Office also showed rents in July 2025 were 6.9% higher nationally than a year earlier and 6.6% higher in Budapest. And even when wages goes up, many people still feel they are not enough. The 2025 gross monthly minimum wage was set at 290,800 forints. But many people feel that low and average salaries are still not keeping up with the cost of living, especially with housing. So people are also concerned about how public money is used. There have been controversies around government spending and central bank related projects, with reports of extremely expensive investments and questionable financial decisions. At the same time, everyday life is getting harder. Many people are complaining about the condition of hospitals, the problems in education, very high taxes, rising housing costs, and salaries do not keep up. So the issue is not just politics, it is about fairness, trust, and whether the system really works for everyone. So for me, the problem in Hungary is this: too much concentrated power, unfair political competition, weak public services, expensive living, not enough balance in the system. So I told you about everything in Hungary, what is going on now. That's why Hungary is on downward slope. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.